In this video, I'm going to share the roundup of my best purchases and investments this 2021 that were totally life-changing and worth it, so that you can get an idea on how I discern and really have a think on the purchases I make so that I know it's going to be worth it for the long run. What's up guys, it's Nick. As you know, I'm a recovered shopaholic, now a money mindset coach empowering working professionals to fund their dreams into reality. I have come a long way from being an impulsive buyer for years now. I'm really more mindful of where I put my hard-earned money on in such a way that feels good to me and I don't ever feel guilty about. So I wanted to share all of those things that made an impact in my life. So I'm gonna split this video into number one, the life-changing purchases, second, the investments, and third, the beauty essentials also that I appreciate that have been sticking around for a long time now. So you can just check the timestamps or the chapters below so that you can click on which category you're curious about, or you know what, you can just watch the whole video because I'll appreciate that as well. So if you're all about that, then make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel because I don't miss out on a new video every single week. Now let's get into those life-changing purchases I've made. So for the first category, which are my life-changing purchases, this considers like how it literally created a 180 change in my life, which I feel like that's how we should consider our purchases. This is where I also spent the most, but I really got the ROI from it, seeing how it impacted my life. The first one is pretty obvious because I bought my own personal laptop, which is this one. This is the MacBook Air M1. Oh, like when I got this purchase, masakit siya even though I actually paid for it straight. I had the savings for it. This was just the representation or that leap that I was gonna take my business seriously. I was eventually going to do it full time because I needed my own laptop for business matters. That's why sometimes spending on something that hurts, but you know, like it's aligned with your goals, you know, masakit siya at the start because it's a huge chunk of money, but it becomes so powerful when you spend on something that is super aligned with your goals rather than you just mindlessly like, okay, let me just add to cart and check out and all that. And so this one was something that I really thought about, and considering that I was just so committed to make my business work and to make it happen for myself that I pursued it despite the uncertainties, despite the fears, despite the doubts I had in myself, but I did it. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to run my business without my laptop because this is where I have my coaching calls. This is where I create content. Side note, I also like rose gold a lot, and I'm just happy that I was able to get my dream ideal laptop with my hard-earned money that I saved up for. Next is courses. So I've been talking about this in this channel, but let me dive deeper into what those courses are. So in total, I spent like $4,000. Woo! Just saying that out loud is like, damn. Okay, so basically that's like 200,000 pesos if rounded off. The first course I bought was at $1,000, which helped me how to kickstart really my coaching business online through Instagram, through my platforms, how I can show up to serving the right kinds of clients that would really resonate to my story, because I just knew back then that I wanted to empower someone as a coach, to mentor them based on, you know, overcoming the struggles that I've been through. And getting that course, I was able to get clarity on the content that I wanted to focus more on, the story that I have that I wanted to bring to the world and be shameless about. And that's really how I was able to think about like, oh my gosh, I used to be such a shopaholic before, and I feel like I'm not alone. Like if you are going through a crisis, if you're stressed, if you lack purpose in your life, you usually give into a lot of shopping, retail therapy. Without that blueprint, without that process that was so streamlined, I feel like I wouldn't have been able to work with the clients that I'm working with today. The second course, which was $3,000, was for me to hone my skills as a coach, which is a neuro-linguistic programming course. Okay, so I know it's like a mouthful, but the point of that course is for me to better understand the language of the mind and how it affects and translates to our reality. And basically, that's mindset work. It's basically how we can take better control of our thoughts that translate to the beliefs that we hold, and those beliefs that we have really translate to our actions, our behaviors, which would affect our reality, our destiny. And so I knew as a money mindset coach that I wanted to dig deeper into that. Like, I am so intrigued by the brain and how powerful it is in manifesting a reality because I've seen it in my life. I actually share a lot of my learnings and insights that immediately come to me on my IG stories, because that's when I share like behind the scenes when I am learning from the course, or when I have group coaching with my fellow classmates in that course. It really gave me validation and more clarity on how my coaching program will really create the transformation for my clients, and it did. Also, like, work on my own thoughts, because I coach myself still every single day. Like, I do self-coaching because mindset work does not end. It's something that you continuously work on because you are in constant different phases in your life. So my laptop and those courses really changed the game for me. And that's what I also suggest to you guys, to my clients as well, is that, like, how can you fast track your certain goals, or like what are the skills that would equip you to allow you to get closer to your dreams, your goals, and all that. If you're also wondering how I was able to find those courses, it's because I follow different kinds of coaches. So the first course I got was from a business coach, and then the second course I got is from an NLP coach. So NLP is neuro-linguistic programming that I really want to learn about. So I went straight to Instagram and searched those kinds of coaches, or also YouTube, right? So I search for the experts who are experts in this field, and that also allows me to get to know them more, rather than like I go to a generic website that offers a course. And with that, that is the best segue for me to share that I do have a few slots left this 2021 inside my one-on-one coaching program. So if you want to overcome impulsive buying and really have that clarity, confidence in funding your dreams to reality with concrete and achievable timeline, just like I have and my clients have, like, I'm so freaking proud of them, seeing how far they've come in just 8 weeks with me inside my program. So if you're curious to learn more about that, you can book a free assessment call with me by filling up the form through the link below on my website. You can check it out, and that call is really for us to discuss and chat about if my program is the right fit for your goals, if we'd be the perfect fit, if I'd be the right coach to help you towards your goals. Okay, next purchase is a super exciting one and a recent one, which is I hired a personal chef. Okay, before you're like, that sounds so bougie and expensive that I got a personal chef, but it's not actually. I hired my mom as my personal chef. My mom would cook the food that I like over the weekend, and then she would deliver it to me Monday or Tuesday, and then I would have like yummy food for lunch and dinner for like a whole week. So if you watch me from the very start, you know that I cook my food. Like, I've been cooking my breakfast, lunch, dinner sort of for years, like since I started living alone, really. Actually, even not. Before, when I used to live with my sister, I also cook majority of our food. Now that I run my business from home, I really want to eliminate mundane decisions that I don't particularly enjoy doing. And one of them is like, what am I gonna cook? Like, what ingredients am I gonna put together? And then I realized that even though I've been trying to do that for years, paminsan madami akong mga ingredients or pagkain na nabubulok because I forget about them, or I get sick of them because I used to like meal prep one thing, like bulk, and then I eat the same thing for like 5 days. Obviously, mauumay talaga ako. Now that my priorities shifted in such a way that yung puhunan ko, energy ko, when it comes to showing up to my business as a coach in coaching calls, also when I do content, and I really want to eliminate decisions that, you know, can be avoided, such as cooking and thinking about what to eat. Also, I looked at my living expenses as well. Like, will I be able to cover this? And when I was able to make that assessment, kaya naman. Syempre, all things considered, I want to make sure that I compensate my mom well. And so I just can't explain it, but my energy is like way different knowing that my food is ready and prepared. I just need to like microwave them. And the thing is, I know the food is good because my mom really cooks good food. So think about those tasks or services that would allow you to conserve more energy, conserve more time, and so that you can really allocate more time and energy on what's most essential and what truly matters to you. And you get to decide on that. So for the next category, which is investments, best investments I've made. And the first one is a no-brainer because I've been consistently doing this one, which is index funds. Okay, so I do it through the Call Financial website. When you invest in index funds on Call Financial, is that it automatically goes to the top businesses, to the top companies in the Philippines. So you know, one way or another, like those are the companies that drive the economy. So you are investing in the right company. So I still do this consistently on a monthly basis. It's super easy. You can even Google like how to invest index funds on the Call Financial website. You can go ahead and search that if you want. And now that the economy is getting better, the performance of my index funds are getting better as well. Next is, I just want to rave about high interest digital banks, such as my first one was GSave, followed by ING, and now I'm trying Tonic. So high interest digital banks are basically when you put your savings into their accounts, you earn interest, right? Because in banks, it's basically like, I recently saw one bank like 0.10%. So that's basically close to nothing. Like, baryang-barya, pang jeep at pang bus mo lang yon at may tax pa. Parang ganun pag sa bangko. Versus in high-interest digital banks, in GSave, it's 2.6% interest. ING, you get 4% for the first 4 months. And then for Tonic, you can get 4 to 6% interest, which is crazy. I split my different emergency fund and travel fund and freedom fund across all these high-interest digital banks, so that it's not just lying around in the bank, it's actually gaining interest. So that's why this is for me the best like no-brainer investment. This is like basically passive income. It's basically interest income because you just put your money there and it grows by itself from 2.6 to 6% based on the ones I've shared. So you can do your research. You can even type it here on YouTube and there are a lot of reviews about it. What I especially love about these is that it's super easy to just open an account, withdraw, deposit, and move your funds around. And at the same time, like your money is earning interest over time. By the way, tell me like what is your life-changing purchase this 2021? Leave them in the comments below. I'm super curious on what has been that purchase that you feel like you really received the ROI and really made dent in your life. Next thing is beauty essentials. And you guys have been asking me like what are my staples? You know, I used to hoard of them a lot. I even made a video reacting to it, remember? But now I'm super intentional about the stuff I buy. These essentials I'm gonna share is like skincare and body related. So whether you are a woman, a man, it's gonna apply to you because these are things that are super important and essential if you want to take care of your skin. Okay, first off is this huge bottle, which is La Roche-Posay Lipicor Balm AP. So what I use this for is basically everything, my body, my face. This is 400 ml and I use it for my face as a moisturizer. So I used to buy like the 30 ml moisturizers and mabilis siya maubos because you should be wearing moisturizer morning and night because you need to replenish the moisture on your face. And so this is a huge essential for me. So this is technically like a body lotion. But when I found out about this, a dermatologist suggested that you can use it for your face as well. Months ago, my face has been struggling with breakouts and dark spots that are left from the breakouts. And when I started using this, I swear, parang alam mo yung the clouds have parted and naging mas klaro na yung itsura ko. Parang mas tumino na yung itsura ko. Like, my spots were easily fading. Like, I feel like my skin has been glowing. Like, this one has been my lifesaver. So I use it for my body and my face, which saves me a lot of decision making again with like anong dapat nasa katawan ko, anong dapat para sa mukha ko. So for me, that's what I love about this product, is as long as my skin is damp, it just sinks right in and there's just this glow. Honestly, sometimes you just need to go basic, and this is the most basic you can get, but basic and effective. Okay, next is super important as well, both men and women in this world. Okay, sunscreen, you guys. I always wear sunscreen. So if you like wearing makeup, I like the complete no stress physical sunscreen by Axis Y. So this is the one I like when I wear makeup, like today when I wear makeup. It gives you like a semi-matte finish when you apply makeup on top of it, so it doesn't slide around and it's not the sticky, icky sunscreen feeling. So what happens is after I cleanse my skin, sometimes toner, and then my skin is still a bit damp, I put the moisturizer on, let it sink in, and then I put this sunscreen on and then put on my makeup like foundation, concealer, etc. But then this one, This one is life-changing. So this is the Skin Aqua UV Super Moisture Gel SPF 50. So this one I use for, you can use it with anything really, because it's water resistant or waterproof. So I use this a lot, especially when I am going biking. So I've been enjoying biking on weekends, and of course I want to make sure that my skin is taken care of, because you don't want to get skin cancer, girl, or you don't want your dark spots to get worse because of the sun rays, because it does happen. So I love this one because it's super light on the skin, but it's water resistant as well. It's not sticky. It immediately like sinks into your skin, and it's easy to reapply. So if you just want an all-around sunscreen for your body and face, this is it. And then lastly, which is a special mention that I feel like also changed my skin, because I decided to simplify my routine, especially if you're going through breakouts or dark spots. So what has been highly recommended as a serum is the CeraVe Resurfacing Retinol Serum. Okay, so which is this one. So I used to be scared about retinols because it's like, is it like for old people? Is it like gonna dry out my skin? But this one, I believe is the best retinol I've tried. And I've tried a lot for my hoarding phases. And this one is the one I've decided to stick to. So I usually use this and then put the moisturizer on top at night. So sa gabi ko lang siya ginagamit. Overall, it's really meant to help with evening out your skin tone, with fading the appearance of like post-acne marks and the dark spots that you have. And I feel like the combination of this and the moisturizer really made a life-changing impact on my skin. Those products that I've shared for me are really like staple, especially if you are in your mid-20s. You want to make sure that you are taking care and protecting your skin. And if you want to laugh at my past shopaholic videos, you can check out this video here when I reacted to my shopping haul from 3 years ago and I was cringing at myself. So check that out and I'll see you there.